10 things that are super important to me and have taught me life lessons throughout life so far. Before we hop in this video though, I want to just ask that you like and subscribe so we can keep growing. And also I'm going to pop up my Cash App on screen to give y'all the opportunity to donate. My church, we're building a Mercy Mentor building for kids, and we're looking to raise $250,000 for a building so that we can mentor kids and give them a better opportunity in life. Anyone who donates, thank you so much, and it is going towards a great cause. So I just want to thank you again, and y'all enjoy this video. Let's do it. First thing is mental health. I feel like nowadays mental health is a very popular thing. It's talked about pretty often, but when I was growing up, it really wasn't that popular, at least in my situation and my family. We didn't really talk too much about emotions and mental health and whatever. Now I definitely realize how important it is to be in the right state of mind. There was tons of different experiences that helped me come to the conclusion that maybe if I had just been in the right state of mind, the situation would have gone a lot differently. But we all know, in hindsight, 2020 vision, so you can't go back obviously, but some personal examples of me just not being in the right state of mind I've been in 2 different car accidents that were my fault. And one of them was a work car accident. Right? Terrible, I know. I crashed a work vehicle. This was a day that I had to go into work because there was extra work that needed to get done and we didn't do enough in the beginning of the week, right? So I didn't want to be there, obviously. I didn't want to go in. This was one of my off days. So that's already kind of thing. And then the night before I have to go in, I am dealing with relationship problems. Me and my one of my ex-girlfriends at the time were just, trying to work stuff out. It was frustrating, arguments, whatever. So yeah, that was definitely something. Getting up the next morning, that was fresh on the mind. And then it's like, all right, now I gotta go to work for 8 to 10 hours. This is gonna be a long day. All right, let's do it. We head to work. I make it into work fine. Obviously, I'm frustrated. I don't want to be there. I look at what needs to get done, and like I just said, it's all right. It's gonna be an 8 to 10 hour day. Nice, right? Whatever. Work's got to get done. Get to it. Start off to the first site. And on my way over there, I'm just in my own head, because now I gotta relive it. I'm in my own head. I'm rethinking the argument, whatever. Was I in the wrong? Was she in the wrong? Just a lot going on. So I start to get hot. I start to get hot internally. So I go to roll down the windows. Rolling down the windows. I'm in a truck with crank windows. So those who drive, we know that when you roll down just one window and you're going a decent speed, it starts making that annoying noise. And so I'm already annoyed, I'm already frustrated, I'm hot. Now this noise is really getting to me. I'm just like, I'm frustrated, I'm annoyed. I'm driving. I'm like, all right, I gotta roll down the other window. In the right state of mind, you pull over, maybe if you really have to do it, or you just, you roll back up your window and you just keep on getting to your destination. But me, because I'm not being in the right state of mind, I'm frustrated, I'm annoyed, I decide while I'm going downhill There's a little turn that comes up. I decided to try and reach over and crank down the other window. Didn't realize this was gonna be such a terrible decision. I was just like, it'll be quick, it'll take a couple seconds. That's it, that's all I need. Reliving this sucks, because in those couple seconds, that's all it takes. Truck swerves over, I end up in a ditch. I go into a ditch, I hit someone's mailbox. Because of how the ditch is set up, there's a ditch and then a driveway, and then it leads into it keeps on going ditches, driveway, and it's a pretty deep ditch. So man, I go in the ditch, I run over someone's mailbox, I jump out of the ditch, over the driveway, into the next ditch, and there's a trailer on the truck. The trailer gets stuck on the driveway. The truck is kind of in the ditch. I mean, some of the trailer is in the ditch, but most of it is on the driveway. And this is a mowing company, right? So we mow grass. The lawnmowers break through the trailer guardrail because they're not strapped in. You know, we're not following all the rules, whatever. Yeah, so the mowers go over the guardrail in the truck bed. They're probably, you're in the cab, and now the truck bed, the mower is probably this far away from like squishing me into the cab. And I am just in disbelief that I did that. I get out. I got a little banged up. Nothing crazy. Didn't have to go to the hospital. No concussion. Nothing like that. And I am just more worried about the equipment, that I messed up my boss's business, that the truck was fine, the mower was fine, the trailer was fixable, everything got fixed in the end. But I was more worried about the equipment than why did I do what I did. And it took up until another crash to realize that how important it is to be in the right state of mind. And I forgot to mention also, before this morning came up, before I started the whole day, got to work and everything, this was back when I still smoked marijuana. I still smoke bud. I took a little bowl before I went in. It always helped me, calm down, whatever, and luckily that didn't end up becoming a thing. But that also like made my mind different. Like, it made me think different. I realized after I stopped smoking bud that I definitely would get more frustrated at times, and just more agitated, less expressive. I would shut down a lot more. I would just not care as much. And I would definitely say like that was one of those times that I was careless, I was reckless, and I allowed my situation to overtake my mind and I didn't make the best decision. I'm not gonna say I didn't allow myself. I had multiple opportunities to do better. That was all on me. I was out for a couple weeks. I did get banged up a little bit, but like I said, no broken, nothing crazy. And so that was one thing. That was just not in the right state of mind. Like, I didn't want to even be to work, not having that gratitude to even have a job. Like, there's just so much wrong that ended up at that end point in the ditch and tearing up someone's driveway and almost breaking a truck and a mower. But thankfully my boss is amazing, and he realized that, I was a young kid, I made a bad decision. I explained everything, and yeah, we moved on. right? So later in this same year, crazy, right? It's like I didn't learn my lesson. Later in the same year, in wintertime, I live in New York, in a state that gets snow. Conditions can be, not the best. And so another time where I'm on my way home from work. It had been a long day, another 8-10 hour day. And this was my second job. So I'm not working the mowing job anymore. This is a different job. I'm on my way home from just working a party, an event. So it was very stimulating. I'm a person who does get overstimulated. And then it's like I don't want to be there anymore. It's like when your social battery runs out. And so yeah, this was one of those times where it's late. It's probably like 11 or 12 at night now. I worked all day. I just want to get home. I want to get home, and the roads are not the best. Fresh snow, but it's also slush on the ground already. So it's one of the most dangerous things to kind of drive in, is like the slushy snow. It's super slippery. You got to take your time. You got to be careful. Me, I'm a professional driver, obviously, in my own head. I can do whatever I want. I could drive fast. I'm good. I can control it. It's whatever. So I'm not even 5 minutes away from my job site. There is a little hill that goes down, and then I'm meant to make a turn. So I'm probably going like, this road is like 40-mile-an-hour road. I'm going that 35, 40 in the slush, in the snow, knowing that it goes downhill and I had to make this turn. It's like I don't learn my lesson, right? Exact same circumstance pretty much, except this time, instead of going in a trench, I end up trying to turn, can't make it. Tires just are spinning, they're not slowing down. I end up hitting a telephone pole. Also, oh my goodness, I forgot. Also, in the first crash, I also hit a telephone pole with the truck, and I cracked it, and it almost fell over on top of me, on top of the truck as well. And that was a thing. I just remembered that. But this one, I hit a telephone pole. This one didn't almost fall over, but it definitely cracked pretty good. Yeah, and this was a more embarrassing one. This one's like more. This was my personal car. I totaled it. I was tired. I was hungry. I wanted to go home. But I crashed the car, hit a telephone pole because I was in a rush. I had to end up going to the people's house that I was outside in front of, asking them, where am I? So I could call the police. I want to let you know that there's going to be some police out here. I just hit the telephone pole in front of your house. They were super nice, super understanding. Sorry to hear that, whatever. Asked if I needed help. Sorry. It sucks to think back to these moments. Yeah, so the police end up showing up. I call my mom. I let her know the situation. She's annoyed. She's mad because I'm on her insurance as well. So now her insurance is going to go up because of me. Yeah, the police show up. In this moment, like, I don't know, like, I felt like I was in the right state of mind. I was trying to have a good situation out of it, trying to make the best out of it. Yeah. And the cop, she ended up making a comment that really annoyed me. And she was just like, oh, like, I'm something. I'm sure you're not having the best night. And like, obviously, yeah, I wasn't. But it's like the fact that she said that just like made me mad for some reason. I don't know why. And so it really just put me in a bad mood, even though for some reason, like, I was making the best out of the situation. Like, that's all you could do. It already happened. It is what it is. And so, yeah, those are gonna be my two examples that I wanted to share of just not being in the right state of mind. Like, had I recognized the driving conditions and just took my time, I would have gotten home quicker than crashing and getting held up for the hour or two that I was waiting, and had to talk to the people and let them know. And my mom ended up driving me home and actually being safe about it. I would have gotten home a lot quicker had I not gone through all of that, had I just taken my time. And the same thing with the first crash. Like, had I not, it's a little tougher to not allow the relationship to get to me. But had I just put it to the side and focused on the work that was in front of me, and just been appreciative to have work in front of me and have an income source, and just focused on getting the work done and just doing what needed to get done, I probably wouldn't have ended up crashing and temporarily breaking some equipment. And so after the second crash, it really made me realize the importance of being in the right mindset and how powerful it is. Because reflecting, like, obviously the cop was honestly trying to ease up the situation. She was trying to make a little light joke, like, I'm sure you've seen better days, Yeah, definitely. But like, I took it personal and I allowed it to get to me even more. And yeah, I mean, I just wouldn't have been in the whole situation in general if I would have just been in the right mindset in the first place and just took my time, not been in a rush, been safe. So this is me probably, what was that, like 2 years later now, after those two incidents. And I definitely, I do my best to always make sure that I'm safe and in the right mindset before I do anything, and having gratitude to do anything. And that's why mental health is the first thing on this list. Number 2 is going to be gratitude and a relationship with the Heavenly Father. This is so important to me now because before I was saved in Christ, I was living a very confused, lonely, sinful life. Yeah, I mean, like, I had morals, but like, I was definitely deep in lust. So I was really attracted to women's physical appearance. I was still about personality, so it's not like I was just hooking up with everybody, but the physical appearance definitely gave you a boost. Definitely in debauchery a lot, playing video games and just watching a lot of TV, indulging in envy, wishing I was like someone else, or I had their characteristics, or I was taller or faster or skinnier or more muscular, whatever the case may be. Definitely jealous of people, that wishing that I had what they had, maybe that I had a different upbringing, or I had a parent that was in my life more, or both parents that supported me more. And so yeah, it was definitely a lot going on. Like, I was a very angry person, so I'd bottle it up until eventually it all just kind of exploded. But there was definitely times where God was reaching out, and he was actively, like, there's one time where I had to get knee surgery because I tore my LCL, which is a ligament in your knee. I was playing football. I was a running back and a linebacker, and on one of the plays where I was running the ball, I got hit, and someone fell on my knee afterwards, and I heard a pop, and it hurt really bad. But then the adrenaline was kicking in, so I wore off. I finished the game, and then the next day, knee was hurting so bad. This was probably one of the worst pains I felt. Like for me, right? So I get up and say I'm laying down like this. You know, I kick my knees up and I lay up. I went to do that. I kicked my knee back, and I swear to you, I have never cried getting out of bed. Up until that day, I feel like, not that I can remember. And I had to go to practice the next day for something. I forgot what it was. It wasn't like, I think it was because we had too many penalties or whatever, so we got in trouble. But I had to go talk to the trainer, and she turned my, like, say like this is my leg, right? She turned my leg like this, like she put one hand here and one hand here, and went like that, and went like that, but with my knee. And I was wearing sunglasses, but I cried. Tears came out, and yeah, it was I have a high pain tolerance, so I rated the pain like a 6 or 7. But it hurt a lot, and I've broken bones before, but there's nothing that hurt that much, right? So I had to get surgery. I ended up getting surgery, but the night before, this is also, I used to toke. I used to smoke heavily. I smoked a lot of weed, a lot of marijuana, and I had to go under, so they were putting me under anesthesia. And they were like, I told them that I didn't really want pain meds because I just smoke. And they were like, oh, well, don't smoke before your surgery because there's a chance that something could happen and I could die. So I prayed to God before the night that I had to go in for surgery, and I was like, God, if you want me here, you'll keep me here. I got up, I smoked a lot, I took, I put in some eye drops so my mom wouldn't know. I went there, I got the surgery. I made it out, obviously, but my lung ended up collapsing, and I was coughing up blood. It was kind of bad. It sucked. I had to re-strengthen my lungs for the same amount of time that I had to recover my knee, which was like three months. Had to do PT and whatnot. But then there was also other times where I was with an ex, and hopefully she doesn't watch this, but I promised her, because she'll know who she is, I promised her I'd never break up with her. And this was my first girlfriend. And I did my best to not break up. I broke up with her a couple times, so now I'm being open, and we ended up getting back together. We worked it out. But I ended up praying to God for the clarity if this was the person or not. And then I feel like I had an answer, and it wasn't the person, and I prayed for a way out of it. Right? So I feel like he definitely answered that prayer. I got a way out of it, not a way that I really liked. I was in the wrong. I was talking to other women on dating apps and whatnot. Yeah, I got caught up, got exposed. Yeah, it was a whole thing. I was young. I learned my lesson, but yeah, that was a thing. But then, as of June of this year, I ended up getting saved by Jesus, by Christ, by God, through the mind and body and blood of Christ. And this past half a year has just been absolutely amazing, eye-opening. It's been so jam-packed with activities. I've never been so productive. And I've gained a whole second family to go for advice and help of how to go about stuff, and just like I am working to get into the carpenters union, which is like construction. And there's someone in the church who is like the vice president of the union, and like being able to give references like that, and just people that will like call me out on certain things, and but not just say that you're doing this wrong, but this is how you could do it right now. Like, work on this, try this. And they're doing it out of love and compassion. And so it's been so amazing being able to have a second opportunity with Christ and to go about life in a lot more of a pure and respectable manner. I feel like I've gotten way closer with my physical family, because I am learning to love. And this has been something that I struggled with in the past, is not being able to really show my emotions and how I feel. But like now it's like I'm doing that a lot more, which is super dope, super cool. And yeah, so it's just that second opportunity with Christ, and the gratitude that I have for God seeking me, even though I was a bad person. I'm still not the best person. I'm working to be better each day, and God bless. Number 3 is going to be having relationships with friends and family. So growing up, I was told by one of my parents that it's like, all we have is family, like all we have is one another. But then I had such a big family that we ended up like splitting up, and parents ended up splitting up. So then it's like, I don't have y'all anymore. And so I gained the ego of and pride of, all right, I'll just do everything on my own now. Like, I'll figure it out. And so this was a lonelier phase for me, for sure, feeling like I could just do everything by myself and I don't need help. But once I actually did need help, and being alone wasn't helping anymore, and it's different from being when you isolate yourself and you're alone, versus like feeling lonely when it's like, I don't know who to go to talk about certain things. And so that's why having relationships with friends and family is so important, to be able to go to somebody that will comfort you, and go to somebody that will just hear you out and knows you as a person. And you could be real, you could be truthful, you could put it all out there, and they still know that like people make mistakes. Like, it sucks, but all you could keep doing is moving forward. But also having friends and family to like do activities with, to like go to the movies, go to the park, go out to dinner, to just have a nice moment, go play laser tag with, just like do anything. Like, being able to have people to have those serious and fun conversations, but also just to like to have people to go that will comfort you in time, so that you're not feeling lonely. Like, I still am a person who enjoys alone time, but it's like I also have so much other time where I'm around other people. So it's like when I am alone, it's like, all right, I'm using this to be in my creative space and like figure out steps, and now like making a more detailed life plan for myself. Like, that's definitely something that I need to work on, is having a more detailed vision for myself. And friends and family can help out with that. Like, you can bounce ideas off of each other, and like they'll think of stuff that you wouldn't have ever thought of, and vice versa. So being able to just have good relationships with people is so important to me now. Number 4, having hobbies. Having hobbies is also a kind of like a way of showing our character, in a way. Like, what we do when we have free time, it shows your character. It also keeps us looking forward to doing stuff, because life, we don't get to always do what we want to do. Us adults know that. Even though I'm super new, it's like literally I still can't do everything that I want to do, but just having something that I'm looking forward to doing helps me get through those times when I'm just like, all right, we got 8 hours, we got 10 hours, we got 12 hours, you know. But just those that hour or that 30 minutes or that 45 minutes or whatever it may be, that 20 minutes of just being able to be in that hobby and just focus on that can get me through that whole 12-hour, that 15-hour day sometimes I have to get through. Also, hobbies are how I feel like a lot of people meet naturally and organically, like dating wise, because if you guys both have a similar hobby, then it's like it shows that you guys could be compatible in some ways. Like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people just say like it's good to meet someone in your hobby, like doing something that you like. That's some advice that I was given, that I give to other people who are kind of looking and they don't know where to find a partner, how to go about it, because they don't want to be on the dating apps and whatnot. I feel like that's a great way, is to just, you know, go do a hobby, and then if you see the opposite sex doing it, like, you know, don't be scared to just start a conversation, even if it's like super random. It's not like you guys have to end up together, but like it's nice to have conversations with people who are interested in what you're interested in, right? So that's why number 4 is having hobbies. Number 5 is constantly learning, is choosing to be a student of life. This is so important to me because first, like, to me, learning is fun. When I get to just like hear something that I didn't know about, it's like, oh wow, like that's cool, like thank you for sharing. You know, it's like it's something that's a conversation starter at a lot of times, and what it does is it gives us the mental strength and confidence and resiliency. That's what we earn from constantly learning. When we, it's just like when a scientist is deep in their field, right? It's like they're confident in their information, like they're confident in their experiment, like they know what's going on. Even if we don't, like they can explain everything because they were resilient enough to do all the research and like figure it all out. And so now they're confident in being able to hold an experiment and show the results of what happens. But literally, that's what it does. Like when we're constantly learning new stuff, it builds the confidence in ourselves now that we can do hard tasks, or that we can overcome things that the brain didn't think it could. We build that mental strength and that resiliency within ourselves, and those characteristics, like they dwindle off into like every avenue of life. And so being a constant student of life and a learner is just so important to me. Number 6, taking care of the physical. Our body is a temple, and we only get one of them, so we might as well take care of it. And if we don't take care of it, we can start to cause ourselves to miss out on certain experiences because we're not taking care of our physical. So now our capabilities are limited, right? And we've all heard the phrase like feel good, look good, play good. You know, we've all heard that phrase. It's so true that it's when we feel good and we look good, we gonna play good. We're gonna be able to actually be in the game and do more and experience stuff just because we're taking care of ourselves, right? And also, when we work out, it releases natural dopamine to the body, which is it's an endorphin that makes us feel accomplished or makes us motivated to just go do stuff, feel driven to become something and do more, right? So it's taking care of the physical attributes to so much more than just looks. It's a mental thing just as much as it is a physical thing. So that's why number 6 is taking care of the physical. Number 7 is going to be work ethic. Work ethic is one of those things that just like that shows up in almost everything that we do in life. It shows how determined we are. I feel like work ethic is very similar to discipline. How much are we just gonna keep showing up and doing the good for ourselves, even when I don't want to, even when I'm sick or I'm tired? That's what work ethic is. It's saying that I just want to be better than I was yesterday, and keep on progressing, keep on showing up, keep on taking that little step to ultimately, when we look back, we keep taking those little steps, and when we look back in a year, we're so much further away now just by consistently showing up and consistently going after it and being driven, having the discipline. And that's why number 7 is work ethic, because it's just something that's gonna show up in almost every avenue of life, like relationships, work, personal, family, friendships, like everything, almost everything besides just, it's not hard to sit down and be lazy and watch TV. That doesn't really take work ethic. Like, I like to do that. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't like to just relax and watch TV, but almost everything takes work ethic. And so that's why number 7 is going to be work ethic. Number 8. Number 8 is having goals or a vision. This is like having a plan. And it gives us purpose and something to look forward to. This is something personally that I am still working on, is having a plan and a vision. I can just be so go with the flow, and I'll figure it out as I go. But what I'm coming to realize is when we have a plan, it's like we at least have a structure, and we have like, we're not just figuring out as we go. Like, we're actively working towards something. And also then we could pray to God about that plan and clarity on it, and how to be guided and be yielded if that's the plan for our life. But just having a plan, it gives us that structural integrity that it's like, we have an idea of what we want to do. We may not be there yet. We may not have accomplished it yet, but it's like we have something. Like we have a vision. We have a plan. We have something that it's like, this is what I would like to happen. It's a desire. And that's why I feel like having goals and a vision, literally, it gives us that purpose and just like something to look forward to. And so that's why it's going to be number 8 on this list. Number 9 is going to be having grace on yourself and on others. I feel like this coincides with having a vision and goals. I know me personally, I can just get discouraged at times when I set out to do something. I have a vision and I don't accomplish it by the time frame that I set for that vision, or like whether it be like body related, money, making a certain amount of money by a certain amount of time, having more supporters, whatever it may be. Like, it can just be discouraging when I don't reach those goals. But having that grace that it's like, it's okay, like there's still more time, and as long as we keep taking steps, like we just set the goal back a little bit longer and keep on going at it with that same intensity. But then also having grace for others, like not everyone is like you. Not everyone is going to change at the same pace as you. And so you can't put that pressure on them and treat them how you would be treating yourself. And that's like me kind of speaking to myself, but I hope this helps someone else out too as well. I can be the person who just really sees the best in everyone. And so I push you to like be better, but it's on that person to want to be better. Like we can help out and we can point out certain things, but sometimes that can just be discouraging within itself, because you're saying what, like they're not enough right now. And it's like, I've never wanted it to come across as that, but I feel like that's how people can accept it. And that's how I can accept it at times too, when I tell people everything that I'm doing and they're like, well, have you tried this, or have you done this, or you could do a little more of this. And it's like, it can be discouraging at times. So it's not overstepping that boundary. Like, wait for people to come to you for help, give your advice, and then that's it. Like, don't take the steps for them unless like they ask for your help. Like, just kind of let them figure it out. Like, if you see them drowning though, like, go and help them for sure. Like, definitely go pick them up. But if you just see them swimming their laps, like, don't get in their lane and try and teach them how to swim faster, you know? Like, everyone's on their own track, running their own race at their own pace. So it's just remembering that and staying focused on your lane and being better as an individual, and just keep on progressing and being the best version of yourself for you and for others. And so that's why giving yourself and others grace is going to be number 9. Last but certainly not least, number 10 is going to be patience. This has been something that I have been learning a lot more recently. To have patience, I'd say within the past like 3 years, it's been a lot more of a common theme to be patient. And I feel like it goes hand in hand with being in the right state of mind, because I find myself, when I'm not patient, it's also because I'm not in the right state of mind, and I'm trying to rush something, or I'm allowing my emotions to get the best of me, just because I'm not taking my time to breathe and see the situation for what it is, and not rushing into it. There's been so many times where I just react instead of really thinking about it, seeing what the other person is trying to present, or seeing what the situation is trying to present for me to learn. Instead, I'll go about it. I'm working to be better, but I would go about it just like showing how I feel and getting my points across, but not actually listening to the other person or seeing the situation for the bigger picture of what it's trying to really teach me and get across. And so patience has been something that has been a lot more challenging. It's been a patient battle to figure out patience, but I hope all of these 10 things have helped you out and allow you to become a better person. Hopefully that was the goal, is to just kind of share some of my life experiences and things that I've learned so far throughout life, and kind of just put it out there for y'all to hopefully get some things from it. Again, I would love if you could just support this video. I would really appreciate that, especially if you made it to this point. It really means a lot that you've made it here. Thank you so much. You're a real one. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Keep learning, keep growing, keep thriving. All glory to God. I love y'all. Peace.